Okay, this video is called The 4 Best Indian Men. And now don't get me wrong, there's probably a lot of other great Indian men. I just don't know about them. I'm not an expert on Indian history or culture, but I do know a lot of Indian persons, a lot of, especially doctors. I mostly know doctors. And I know a lot of really nice Indian male and female doctors, real smart. But I just noticed also this guy, Dinesh D'Souza, is rather extraordinary. He's a brilliant guy. He's written some really good books, made some really intelligent videos and some documentaries and whatnot. And so I thought him, he's kind of a genius, and basically he's rather interesting. And he's very Christian, and that I think contributes to his creativity. Okay, so first, Dinesh D'Souza, Christian genius. He's easy to find on all these video channels. He's written some excellent books. He makes new educational videos every week. So he's the first great Indian man. All right, here's the second one. Vishal Mangalwadi. Vishal Mangalwadi is this guy. He wrote this book, The Book That Changed Your World, about how the Bible had such an incredible positive influence on India and other countries. And he's written a bunch of other books as well. But I just read this book on a whim. Somebody recommended it to me, but it was a fantastic book. I mean, I read hundreds and hundreds of books, and most of my books, they all end up, in a pile in boxes somewhere. I don't got room for all of them, My wife has sort of condemned me to live in the basement where I don't got that much room for all my stuff. But my special favorite books, they make it on my special shelves. I got different shelves for religious books and for my other subjects. I made a video about that called Lifestyles of Rich and Famous Doctors. The joke being, I live like in poverty in my basement practically. All right, but anyways, because of my wife. It's just a joke. All right. So anyways, Vishal Mangalwadi, in his opinion, Christianity is by far the best religion because it motivates people to want to learn. And he will, back up everything I said in my previous video about Christianity, how it started science and how it increases people being nice to each other. It increases people being honest to each other. So it's an extraordinary book. And he was a very brave guy. He did all kinds of good things for other people, this guy. So you see it, and he's a brilliant man, too. You'll find him quite interesting. He risked his lives many times to help other people. Trust me, all-time great book. The book that changed your world. Okay, Made Your World by Vishal Mangalwadi. All right, the next one is Arvin Vohra. Arvin Vohra is an absolutely brilliant guy, off the charts brilliant, academic genius guy. His website's vohramethod.com. He does a lot of tutoring, helping kids to get into Ivy League schools, which in my opinion is a little bit of a joke because I think Ivy League schools are a total ripoff. They're way, way, way overpriced. On the other hand, if you want to learn about academics, if you want to become a better student, it's good to study Arvin Vohra. He's got a course in speed reading. He also has a lot of techniques for helping people in mathematics. He himself, got his major in economics. So he's kind of coming at things from that mindset. He's an expert on all the games involved in, applying for Ivy League colleges. He says the most important thing to create academic excellence is that the person has persistence, that they will never give up. They will do whatever it takes to be academically successful. And I do think it's true. Some people, they might not learn as quickly, but if they make the effort to study more and they persist in it, they will do better than expected. What's his books? He wrote a book on speed reading that was good. Speed reading is a little bit overrated, but still worth knowing about. He wrote a book on how to make your child excel at math. That's pretty good. How to get into Ivy League schools. He's written a couple about that, and he's written other things too. But he's an absolutely brilliant guy. Okay, and then the last one here is Dr. Joseph Chandy. By the way, so Dinesh D'Souza, Vishal Mangalwadi are intensely Christian. Arvin Vohra, I don't know what religion is. I have no idea. Dr. Joseph Chandy, I have no idea if he's religious or not either. But his book was quite good about vitamin B12 deficiency in clinical practice. This guy was working in England, and he was noticing a lot of his patients seemed to have B12 deficiency problems, even though their labs were not that bad. And what he recognized is that the lab value set for normal, in his opinion, was set too high, and a lot of these people really were deficient in B12. So he started supplementing them with vitamin B12, and he got really excellent results. It all initially began because he had a relative who was having poor function, and it turned out to be due to a B12 deficiency disorder that had been initially misdiagnosed. And so, the English Health Services felt that he was giving vitamin B12 to too many patients, and they actually suspended him, investigated him, And it was eventually proven that he was correct about everything he said, and they then changed their guidelines. And that's often how things go in the real world is anybody who rocks the boat and tries to do something new actually is trying to do something good and pretty innocent thing, giving people a little more B12, all right? And he ended up winning the Glory of India Award. Like I said, I enjoyed his book. I thought it was good, and I thought he was quite brave and heroic in his exploration of the subject of vitamin B12. So, I got one more slide here. If you got other persons you want to add to this, in the comment section, let me know, and I'll look them up. But I thought this was a little bit interesting. All right, hope that was interesting.